If you spring turkey hunt any amount of time, you're going to run into rainy days. I don't know what it is, but it seems like it may not rain the whole month of March or February, but I guarantee you come April, God's going to turn the spigot on. It's going to rain. So you're going to be forced with dealing with rain sometime during your turkey season. So what do you do on windy days, or rainy days rather, or windy days? What do you do in bad weather? Hey, you just got to get out there and hunt. You got to remember, turkeys is out there every day of the year. They don't go hide under a rock somewhere. So on bad weather days where it's rainy, there's a couple of things you can do that'll keep you dry. Number one, of course, you can pop up a pop-up blind. It's not my favorite way to hunt. I don't like a pop-up blind personally. I don't hunt out of them very much, but if it's getting toward the end of the season, it's just a lot of rain and I've got a tag left and I need to get that tag filled, yeah, I'll get in the pop-up blind if I have to. It's not my favorite way to hunt, but I'll do it, when it comes down to it. So a pop-up blind's a great thing to use. You can get inside, stay dry, and you don't have to worry about the rain. As far as to where to set it at, I try to move it into open places, open pasture land, fields, agricultural fields, cornfield, whatever them turkeys are coming in and feeding at. It seems like they just migrate to fields for some reason after that rain slows down or stops even. Just seems like they head to a field. I think there could be a few reasons for that. One, they can't hear as good in the woods when the water's dropping from the trees, or maybe it's still raining. The woods kind of get noisy, when it's raining or when the water's coming off the limbs. So they want to get out to where that they can depend on their eyesight, because that hearing kind of sometimes it just kind of don't work as good in them wood situations. So they want to get out where they can see a long ways and use that eyesight, because something's always trying to get them and something's always trying to eat them. So they gotta use that eyesight more than they're hearing. And I think another reason is to dry off. They want to get out there, they want to dry off, shake off. You'll see turkeys shake and they're just drying off. Is what they're doing. So I think that's why they migrate, they kind of head toward an open field. So that's a good place to set your decoys if you have any, or set your pop-up blind is at the edge of a field or even in the field. That ain't gonna bother turkeys. So that's a good tip. If you don't have a pop-up blind, maybe you can't afford one. Hey, a little umbrella that sticks to the base of the tree. They sell them for about $20. You can get an umbrella that straps to the tree. Just get right under it. Hey, turkeys don't bother them at all. Sit there and that'll keep you dry too. Or if you really want to tough it out, get your rain suit. But you can kill turkeys in rain. I've done it. I've killed turkeys in rain. I've killed them, right down in a downpour. I don't try to hunt when it's a downpour, like when it was raining like this morning, man, it felt like the roof was coming down. I don't try to get out in that situation, but as soon as that rain kind of clears off, or as soon as that kind of slows down, then I try to hit the woods, especially during weather breaks. Like if it's really raining hard at daylight and it's just pouring it's just coming down in buckets, as soon as that weather starts to break, hit the woods. Even if it's still raining, hit the woods, because it just seems like everything comes alive. As far as calls to use, I stay on a box call. I think a box call is one of the best calls ever in the rain or wind, or when the weather is kind of bad. It just seems like they work to a box a lot better. It's louder, it's more loud, gets off of them hills and hollers across them fields. It just seems like it just works better. So that's why I said everybody needs a good box call, because they just work better on some days than a mouth call or a slate call. So I try to stay on a box as much as I can in rainy, bad weather. So I try to hunt open fields. If you don't have open fields, maybe you're hunting national forest or back into mountains, I try to get into more open areas, maybe logging roads. You can find an old logging road, something where it's just not as thick and maybe just not as much cover. I try to find them places and set up and start calling. So you can kill turkeys on rainy days. You just got to get out there and hunt them. All right. So you got to adapt to your situation. So that's something you might want to remember this turkey season. All right, come join me on Facebook if you haven't already. Go up to the description, hit that link there. Come on over and join me and share with me your success. Share with me your pictures and tell me your success. God bless you. Hey, it's starting to come down again. Better get inside. All right, we'll see you in the next video.